My name is Marlene Wolf Francis, and I will be briefly discussing the trade agreement NAFTA along with the new trade agreement which replaced NAFTA, CUSMA. NAFTA was created in 1994 by Canada, the United States, and Mexico. These three countries makes up the largest free trade region. This agreement was created to enhance economic growth and to raise the standard of living of people living in these three countries. A few highlights of NAFTA are the elimination of non-tariff barrier. NAFTA offered greater protection of intellectual property rights and also establishment of health, safety, and industrial standards. The new trade agreement, which replaced NAFTA, the CUSMA, was signed on July 1, 2020 by Canada, the United States, and Mexico. One of the reasons why NAFTA was replaced is because under the NAFTA agreement, health and safety of workers were not protected. Highlights of the CUSMA. The CUSMA continued with duty-free trade. They created a simplified version of the certificate of origin. They continued with intellectual property rights, protection and enforcement, and also offered comprehensive foreign investment protection. The CUSMA had a few clauses that were retained from the NAFTA agreement. Two of those clauses are the certificate of origin, and this was agreed upon by the United States, Canada, and Mexico to confirm that goods qualify for preferential tariff treatment. Another clause that was also retained was the elimination of taxes on textiles and apparel, and also the continuation of duty free.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sukdeep Karmahal and I am from Group 3. First, I will talk about the difference between CUSMA and NAFTA. Process or the certification of origin under CUSMA is simple, whereas in NAFTA it is complicated. NAFTA follows a recommended format, whereas CUSMA is free from it. Certification of origin under CUSMA can be completed by exporter, producer, or importer, whereas NAFTA only exporter can complete the format. In the next slide, I will highlight the main areas of where NAFTA is different from CUSMA. Automotive industry under NAFTA, RVC is 62.5% RVC, whereas in CUSMA it is up to 75%. And if we talk about the dairy industry, tariff is zero in both cases, but in CUSMA they expanded the market for the dairy products. Technology. In NAFTA, most of the work is required in the paper form, whereas in CUSMA the information can be supplied through the online format. And in environment, the NAFTA didn't contribute it, but under CUSMA it contributed about $600 million for the environment. Now I will talk about the benefits and opportunities offered by CUSMA to the Canadian companies. First benefit is that it increases competition. Second is transparency, because the information is available online, so it is easy for people to know about the CUSMA agreement. And the third is fall in trade barriers, as CUSMA undertake the necessary steps to for the smooth trade. Fourth is it enhances marketing presence because cost of participating in international trade is lower than lower under CUSMA. Next, I will talk about the industries that will traded under CUSMA, that is automotive industry and dairy industry. Automotive industry is threatened because 10 to 25% tariffs are imposed on aluminum and steels respectively, which increases the cost of equipment. And dairy industry is suffering loss and because there is rise in competition.
Everyone, my name is Mayank Kathuria. I am here to give presentation on some of the important questions from the assignment. Question that is after the regarding the CUSMA as well as for NAFTA. So here I want to discuss one of the most important question, that is how Canadian government has addressed these concerns. Right, we all know that there is a huge pandemic happens happening as well as happened with the whole the nation, right? So as in the South Africa, the specialist in the South Africa have studied well about this and and after being a long study about this it has been differentiate in that country that the name is for this virus is omicron, that is the named by the World Wellbeing Association, which has been recognized which has been started recognized in every country. So at this time, we all know that by the news, we all know that it has been recognizing in Canada too. So any recent issues or trade disputes that emerged after CUSMA? That this is the very important question, that how any there is any issue or trade dispute that emerge after CUSMA, that we all know that on the top battling of the Canada 180 supporter, the banter under the NAFTA, which has been locked by the WTO questions, which was I think 70 questions are there, as well as so as a knowledge of for the public authority of Canada. So there has been some things has been considered that the new structure has been made, the like mold there should be sheets are molded to intercede the questions, commission of the priests as the grantees of the board is made to resolve these issues or disputes. How these issues have been resolved, this is the very important thing, that everything like in every situation has been happened with us, right? So the another thing is, so we should know how to resolve this. So as in this question, I want to discuss that how these issues have been resolved for to resolve these issues. The native people have taken the very important step. They start getting rid of the immigrants which is living there, which was living in their native land. So to in order to protect their native land, these people start to rid of their immigrants from their countries, so that they can protect their neighbor market, their neighbor market, their native country, their native land. They can protect their native market too. While being the facing this kind of situation, native people struggle a lot to get settled over there in the dispute in dispute country, that they face a very problem, like they work very hard to get settled down over there. What is the like here I want to discuss that impact of COVID on trade under CUSMA. So while we all know that the COVID has affected the whole world very dramatically, right? So there, we all know that COVID has given the effect to every industry, whether it is automotive, whether it is food industry, whether it is business, any kind of business. We all know that.
Hi there, my name is Tejinder. I'm from Group 3. So today I'm going to present about Canada's automotive industry. So I'm going to first start with the automotive business in Canada is one of the country's largest business, contributing 19 billion to the GDP. Moreover, the Great Lake Basin of North America is the largest vehicle-producing region in Canada. It ranges between the main growth of market started between 1946 and 2018 with 4.9% per year on average. So here are some major manufacturers of the Canadian marketplace of vehicles. They're gonna be Honda, Ford, Toyota. These are some examples of the main manufacturers who contribute in manufacturing of automotives in Canada. So these are some Canadian brands we don't know about, but still we have some Canadian made cars over here. So Bricklin Motors, Conquest Vehicles, STT Automobile, and several others. So now I'm going to tell about CUSMA, Canada, United States, Mexico Agreement. The criteria used to evaluate whether a thing has undergone sufficient manufacture in Canada, United States, and Mexico Agreement zone to qualify. Preferential tariff treatments are known as rule of origin. They make sure the agreement advantage go primarily to the producers in CUSMA countries. The participants of CUSMA are Canada and United States and Mexico. The country's industry rules will benefit the Canadian businesses and the people who work for them. Moreover, CUSMA will also help the Canada's competitive advantage as well. Solid, well-paying jobs for the Canadians. Thank you.
So hello everyone, my name is Atul Sharma. Businesses. So more overall, if you talk about CUSMA, with the introduction of new rules and regulation, it helps the companies for like Honda, Ford, and Audi, BMW to increase their regions, so they can hire, they can sell their automobiles goods in like all over the northern part of North America. So specifically, if you talk about different companies like Honda, CUSMA helps the Honda working force a lot, because with CUSMA their production increases, so the company has to increase the minimum wages for their workers, so that they can work more to increase the production. Moreover, CUSMA also helps three distinct kinds of LVC consumption. The first one is a compensation material and assembling uses. With this, they create the minimum wages to $16, which helps their working force a lot. And the second one is the compensation innovation uses. With CUSMA, they introduce many different models. They innovate a lot, and they innovate a lot, and they make different designs in their automobiles, so that they can be in the market and sell their automobiles more as compared to other companies. And the third one is that the high pay gathering consumption. Their consumption increases with the mass production, so it helps them a lot. The CUSMA helps them a lot with the increasing their market. And furthermore, if you talk about the different companies, we have four here. Okay, so specifically for Ford help CUSMA helps Ford company with their steel and aluminum usage, because most of their cars were made up of steel and aluminum. And the 70% of worth of aluminum bought in North America, uh, they can use that steel and aluminum as a raw material to making their vehicles, and vehicles lighter, and they innovate a lot with their designs. So I think the with the Ford, with the help of CUSMA, Ford gets the help for their steel and aluminum, so that they can make different thing. They can they can do they can innovate their cars and automobiles with these things.